Hello everyone, my name is Zixulan, and today we are going to be attacking with some Super Witches as a Town Hall 12. We've already done 2 of our 8 ranked attacks, and we're in Wizard 10. When I tried this in the previous rank, it was very successful for me, so I wanted to demonstrate that strategy today. Now the first thing that we have to do is, of course, get reinforcements, and I recently used one of my clan castle cakes. So with that, we're going to give ourselves 1 witch, a couple of totem spells, and then of course the log launcher as well. So I'm going to just hit confirm right there. Here is our loadout. We got 2 earthquake spells and 6 lightning spells, which are primarily for the Inferno Tower, which we're going to be taking out alongside of the giant arrow and the fireball. And then we also have 2 free spells and the clone spell to better land that fireball deeper into the base. And of course, 5 healers are going to be really useful for sustaining this army, making it so pretty much none of our units die because everything we have here is tanky. And then a baby dragon, of course, is very nice to have just for cleanup purposes. So let's get into this first attack. I just wanted to collect a few things there in the builder base, but let's get into our first attack right here. And of course we don't need anything else there. Alright, so taking a look at this first town hall, we have 3 maxed out Inferno Towers there. And these 2 are lined up very nicely. Yeah, and I could even hit the air defenses, most likely, with a good giant arrow placement. So I'm probably going to start on the right side and then push in from the top and try to move through the base that way. So let's deploy our giant our Archer Queen. Now you'll notice we only hit 1 Inferno Tower, which is not the end of the world. We're just going to have to use more spells on the other one, and we should be okay. Let's do 3 more healers there. We're going to spread out our healers, deploy our Log Launcher, deploy our Grand Warden, play an invisibility spell, and then use his ability. With the walls being destroyed, we can drop our king down. And now we need to worry about these reinforcements, the CC, as well as this final Inferno Tower right down here, which isn't really in contact with anything. So we're going to deploy this just to destroy all those walls right there. I'm going to freeze that Inferno Tower one more time, and then I'm going to take out this one. And I tried to take out the Archer Queen with it, but I didn't quite get it. We actually still have 2 healers, which I kind of forgot to use. So we're going to drop 1 on each side there. Now, the things that we have to worry about at the moment, I would say, just generally, these Teslas are pretty densely packed, so we're going to drop 1 totem spell there. And then to help protect this witch on the right side, we're going to drop another totem spell right there to distract some of those defenses. And follow that up with a baby dragon, which is going to be at least briefly defended from that air defense. Our king's going to go down, but we still have our Grand Warden and all of our witches. I didn't actually see when the Archer Queen went down, so that's a little bit unfortunate. That might make this attack a little bit more difficult, but we're going to do our best to move through and clear the rest of the base. The Eagle Artillery is finally going to go down, and then we just have to clear up these last few defenses, and it should be it. That should be it right there. So yeah, for the next attack, definitely I'm going to make sure, first of all, to hit that giant arrow better, which I whiffed a little bit, and then I also need to make sure that she doesn't die, because that's a bit of a shame. I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, we'll still take that 3-star and return home. Alright, here we are. Let's just collect those mites right there. We're going to once again reinforce with the same troops as we had last time. And let's get into our next attack here. Alright. Ooh, so this base is a lot more symmetrical, easy to look at compared to the last one. Once again, we have a really good giant arrow. We can line it up and potentially take out 2 heroes, although they are kind of moving away from each other, so we may not be able to do that. The nice thing is we have no Archer Queen to worry about, and we just have to deal with that Inferno Tower on the top. And then the rest of the base should be relatively easy. So let's put this Archer Queen down here. We do manage to hit everything that we wanted to this time around, so that's amazing. Let's go here. I'm going to drop an invisibility spell there, which should allow us to hit that Inferno Tower. We're going to hit it dead on, Very nice. And then we can take out these here. I'm going to spread out the witches. And then deploy the log launcher. And then finally we're going to flank the 2 witches along with the healers. Let's play the queen in the middle. We did take out that Inferno Tower successfully. Now let's freeze the reinforcements so that they don't take out our Archer Queen this time. That's very important. And then we just need to take out this Inferno Tower down there. We're going to drop the last lightning spell down at the bottom. Where's our king going? He decided to go to the outside of the base rather than the inside, but we're just going to use his ability now to open it up a little bit more. Finally, we're going to drop here. Let's use our totem spells. We actually probably could have finished this attack without the totem spells, but it's nice that we were still able to hold on to them and make most of our way through the base. But yeah, we're just going to drop these last few. As soon as the Archer Queen, which as you can see, she's stuck on the wall again, we're going to drop the free spell to, or totem spell rather, to stop those defenses. And yeah, this should be a very easy cleanup. We actually managed to keep our heroes alive this time. And I think pretty much all of the super witches as well. I don't think we had any casualties. So let's clean up these last few defenses. And go on to the next one. Alright, so that's going to be a 3-star. Let's return home. And here we are. We're going to reinforce our clan castle once again. And go on to the next attack. So far we're 4 for 4, so if we look at our attack log, all 4 of our attacks have been wins. And we've even managed to pick up 66 crowns from defending as well, which is a pretty good start, to say the least. Especially considering we're probably only going to be able to get 5. So yeah, let's go on to this next attack. It's going to tell us our army's not full, but it actually is, because it doesn't know what it's talking about. Okay, so here I see potential to take out these 2 air defenses, along with the Inferno Towers in the middle. Might be a little bit difficult. The most important thing is we do take out the multi-target Infernos, so I'm actually gonna drop on the bottom right, and I think cut across the base that way. Just like that. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, we're going to drop the rest of the healers here. Let's just hit that with the Earthquake spell. And 1 there, 2, just like that. Okay. We're going to flank the healers, make sure they're getting all the healing they need, especially that one, who seems to be taking a bit of a beating right now. We're going to drop the Fireball. No invisibility spell needed this time. We honestly had the perfect target. And then let's go to the middle and start clearing up everything in there. Alright. And we just need 1 more down there. And then I'm going to work on that final Inferno Tower as well. Now, we might need to freeze this just so it's less of a problem. This attack's a little bit rougher. Everything's moving to the outside. So let's deploy a totem spell right there. The nice thing is that we have all our heroes alive, so that's good. Alright, I'm going to drop a baby dragon and get ready to distract as soon as this attacks. Moving into the middle of the base is going to be very difficult, especially since it looks like we're going to lose our barbarian king here, so we're going to have to rely on other things. But I'm finally going to deploy that totem spell as the Archer Queen starts to move in. The Grand Warden is doing just fine so far. But yeah, we didn't really deploy our healers properly, so we didn't end up having anything for the Barbarian King, which is fine. It's probably the least important of the 3 heroes that we have. And then we just have an extra invisibility spell right there, and we're just going to finish cleaning up this base. So that's going to be another win. Let's go on to the next couple of attacks here. We have 3 more to go. And that will be it for this week. Alright, so taking a look at this base, we have, once again, 2 Inferno Towers that are very close to each other here. And we can take out the air defenses along with them. I'm considering cutting across, like, I don't know which combination I want to do just yet. But I think the best combination would be to go straight across the base. Although it is a little bit hard to find an arrow that can line up. So I think I'm going to just go for this right here. That's going to completely whiff. Okay, we're completely whiffing our arrow this time. So let's do our best to make this work. I'm sure we can. We just have to be a little bit more careful. So I'm dropping all of these guys here. All of the witches. Now we gotta find a way to get into the base. So let's... Okay, the log launcher is gonna finish everything off there. And we have to deal with this. So let's do... Let's take out that Inferno Tower. And then when the other Inferno Towers become a threat, we can start attacking those. But again, we're gonna have to be very careful. Okay, those Clan Castle reinforcements aren't gonna do much. But let's freeze it there because it's the Town Hall anyways. Our King ability is going to be activated. And again, I'm just keeping an eye out on the... Okay, this is not going well at all. Yeah, we completely messed up this attack. I don't think we're going to be able to succeed here. The nice thing is we still have our witches. We're going around the base. So we still have a chance. We're going to disrupt those defenses. I'm going to freeze everything that I can there. We're going to take out the Inferno Tower on the left. We will need to deploy a second Totem spell here to distract those defenses. We're slowly but surely moving in. And I think we can still take everything out here. We just might be a little shorter on time. Let's deploy the Baby Dragon. We got to get closer to the Inferno Tower in the middle, but it's a multi-target, so it's not as big of a threat. Skeleton Barrel is going to come out. It's not a big deal. Or the air skeletons. Looks like we're fine. So that attack was very scuffed, but it ended up not mattering. We ended up making it work because the totem spell is very good, and it can distract Inferno Towers whenever you need it to. So props to it for being able to do that. All right, let's confirm the reinforcements right there and go into our 7th attack. We've actually hit rank 20 already, so we are in the range of being able to rank up. So let's see how far we can get with these last few. Alright, so these Inferno Towers aren't as quite high level as the previous ones. We can probably take them out going from the top left. Also, it has that fancy minion skin, which I think I saw before. Okay, let's go from the very top here. Again, this might be a whiff, but I'm going to go for it, and we hit both. No problem. So it's just kind of hit or miss for me. I'm still practicing the Warden Fireball and getting better at using it. Oh, I did not see the Archer Tower there. Okay. My bad. I thought I knew what I was doing with that Fireball, and I completely whiffed it. So let's pretend like that didn't happen. We don't do any damage to the minion with that, but that's okay. And then let's deploy this in the middle. This is going to flank both sides here. And then soon we'll be able to get this king going straight into the middle of the base. Alright, so we're going to send him to the middle. We're going to rage him up. And we're going to freeze the reinforcements along with the town hall because they're right on top of each other. So that's perfect. That's lovely. Oh, and this Inferno Tower is going to take out the king because I did not respond appropriately. I got distracted. So that's a little bit bad. These witches should be able to take it out because for the moment it's not targeting what it should. Okay, then we got to use totem spells or these queens are in danger. So let's go there. We're going to drop a baby dragon to help clean up these buildings on the side. I'm keeping an eye on the health of the totem. And when it runs out, I'll deploy a second one just to make sure that these witches don't die to all the Teslas that are in the middle. But it's just getting so much value right now. We're getting every health point that we can out of it. And that's going to be that. So we just cleared so many defenses during the period with which it was alive. So this is a little bit awkward, but we have to just go back for these last 2 buildings here. And yeah, that totem spell, it's never going to die. Like... It's just so good. Considering it only takes 1 housing space, I've always been impressed by how effective it is. Alright, so we're taking that out. And yeah, that's going to be a 3-star. We have one more attack brewing, so let's get our reinforcements here and go into our final battle. And I don't know if it's going to bring us to rank 1, but it might bring us pretty darn close. I'm actually going to take a look here. So we're at 346. If we get another 40, we are not going to be rank 1, but we'll be roughly rank 4. So yeah, that'll be nice. Let's get started. Of course, looking at our base, we don't have anywhere near a max Town Hall 12, and so we can only defend so well, and I don't think this base is really perfect for defense, but it's a nice looking base, at least in my opinion. I think it looks good, so that's why I'm running it. Let's go into our final attack. We got everything we need, and we just need to finish strong, so let's see what we're going to get. Alright, this Town Hall 12 is very compressed, a lot like my base, which honestly is great for us because it means we can get so much more value from the fireball. It only has 2 Inferno Towers too, so that's going to make this significantly easier. Now we just have to line up the arrow. As per usual with these attacks, you know how they go. We're going to start here. Drop the arrow. That's going to go perfectly through the base. Let's deploy everything else here, including the Warden. I'm going to get a juicy fireball off. That's going to clear a pretty significant amount. And let's make sure everything is healed up on the sides. Okay, we're going to make sure to take out the Inferno Towers. I almost forgot. And then let's deploy our King. Out come the reinforcements. We're going to freeze them. We actually didn't freeze the balloon, but that's okay. It's not as big of a threat. And then what can we deploy our last 2 archers on? Probably these 2 guys, because we are going to be using the King's ability on it. So that'll just kind of help expedite the process of taking it down. Don't want to deploy the baby dragon just yet, but I will deploy the totem spell on the right side to help support the king. Everything on the right side is going fine, but I'm going to drop this just to stop the healer from dying. And then with that, we can deploy the baby dragon because the air defense is going to be distracted. We're moving through this base. Everything's being taken out. I don't think anything's going to stop us at this point, and that's going to be our final 3-star. That last hero was being a problem. I think that was the Warden, right? I didn't quite get a close look at it. It had a skin, but yeah. Easy attack. We very handily clear it. And that's going to be GG. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. Let's see where our final standing was. Also, might as well reinforce one more time just so we have that. We do have a war coming up in my clan, so that's going to be in 13 hours. We're going to be able to use the reinforcements for that. Let's just see where our final standing is. That's not the place to do it. Here it is. Yeah, rank 4, just as I expected. So we got 3-star on every attack, and that should secure us rank up in this week's tournament. So yeah, again, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're looking for a Town Hall 12 attack strategy to use, I highly recommend this, especially with the totem spells. Super witches are very reliable. 25,000 dark elixir to charge them for 3 days is really not that bad. So yeah, and we don't even have maxed equipment either. We're just running the healer, the archer, fireball. Fireball's level 11, and it's still very effective at this level. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.